for Christmas and Hanukkah, last show before St. Patrick's Day, so this is it. And we were reminiscing that we actually met at the second Rose of Tralee. This is our 29th annual, which was 1991 when we were in Tralee together. And shortly after that, maybe a few years later, you came up with a beautiful Empire waist, 3/4 length sleeve sweater that was the best-selling and still is the best-selling sweater in the history of QVC and our Irish event. I mean, it's been like hundreds of thousands gone.
It's been a great garment.
A lot of women said, I love it. I don't like the flyaway look. I'd like it to button all the way up, and I want a longer sleeve. So as much as I, really wear and love that original one, I'd like that shape, which I adore, but I'd love it in something that I can wear with a long sleeve that buttons all the way down. And Kieran and his designer said, okay, that's what we're doing. And what we're doing is bringing this in at an amazing one-day-only price item. Erin's sweaters are not under $100. I think there's only 3 sweaters in our show, and probably only 3 sweaters, except for one doggy sweater in our collection, that are under $100. So we are kind of turning back the clock in terms of pricing on this beautiful sweater, and already 100 out the door. The price goes up at the end of the day. The easy pay leaves us at the end of the day, and the colors here are absolutely beautiful. So we have a very soft lavender. And then always the best selling, the natural. And we might bring this back up in the front to show the detail, because this right here is genius that our dear friend Kieran did. Now I'm doing the green, and the soft green is what we call a marled yarn. So Zach, if we could get in a little close, thanks buddy. What's a marled yarn?
So really you have more than one color. The overall impression is that of a green, but if you look closely, you can see that there's a hint of yellow going through it as well. So it's a kind of a tweedy effect, adding a little bit of fleck.
So a little bit of
very nice texture.
The 40 Shades of Green, almost right there. Yes,
exactly.
Then if you'd love gray, we're calling this one gray. It has a little undertone of almost a periwinkle in it, like really, really soft, but a beautiful soft gray. The color that really is only in Kilronan knitwear, but you introduced, we could not keep it in stock. It's called Mist Marl, and I love your inspiration for Mist Marl.
Indeed. Yeah, so you're talking about, anybody who's been to the west of Ireland, on a damp day, will be familiar with the mist coming down from the mountain, down towards the sea, and that's the kind of hue that you see in front of you, and that's the inspiration. It's also, by the way, it's also a marled yarn, so it's got that nice rich texture.
So the next 2 are super limited. This is black, and I always say it's hard to see the detail in an Erin sweater in black, but this could be an alternative to your black blazer to wear to work, and all the same beautiful patterns are here. It's 5 easy payments of $9.98. Black is very limited, and teal is very limited. Teal is another rich, elegant marled yarn, but that one is actually quite limited. So if this sells out in your color you had as number 1, come back to a number 2 or a number 3 or a number 4, because they're awesome. And we just found out we only have 1,500 left to go around. If you want the black, we're down to fewer than 100 in a few sizes, and teal is down to 5 dozen, so that's about to leave us completely. Okay, so Kilronan Knitwear, you really are tied to the Aran Islands, aren't you, Kieran?
Very much so. This is where our roots are, no question about it. Kilronan, the brand, that comes from the name of the biggest village on the Aran Islands. And of course, the Aran Islands is where all Aran knitwear originated, hence the name Aran Knitwear. And there are 3 islands off the west coast of Ireland, and the biggest town on the biggest island is Kilronan, a population of 200 to 300 people.
Wow.
And that's where our company started, and indeed remains today. We still have a presence there, so hence the brand Kilronan.
Well, this one, like I said, it's based on the sweater that sold more sweaters than any other style from any other company in the history of St. Patrick's Day and Rose of Tralee. But you wanted it with a longer sleeve. You asked for it to button all the way up the front. So if you are a lover of that original 3/4 length sleeve Empire waist, get this one, because I have to say, I think you've made it even better. And we're starting to lose sizes and colors. This is a generously sized sweater. Stay true to size. I'm in the extra small, and I have plenty of room. Don't you guys think this is plenty roomy?
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful? Yeah. You love the colors. Kate said the colors are magnificent. Kathleen is wearing the natural. And Kathleen, what size are you in, my love? In the medium, and that's your regular QVC size. Kate's in the extra, extra small, her regular QVC size, and I'm in the extra small, again, my regular QVC size. So let's dive into this natural, because you've done some ingenious knitting patterns here to really flatter and follow the lines of a feminine figure. This is not your boyfriend sweater made for the guys that you just bought in a smaller size. This is made to bring out the beauty of your figures. So can we even start down here? Because I think this is brilliant.
And of course, one of the beauties really of the Empire waist is that it gave us an opportunity to offer, if you like, two selections of Aran stitches, one above the Empire waist, the other below. So as you said, we'll start below the waist. So what we have here is the diamond stitch. And of course, all of the Aran stitches are steeped in symbolism. You know, the people of the Aran Islands, they would have used their religion, their way of life, their natural environment for inspiration for each of the stitches. So of course...
I just have an update. If you wanted the mist marl that you so beautifully talked about,
indeed.
We're sold out of now. Everybody jumped on that color. We're sold out of everything but the medium in the mist marl, and also in teal. These two are about to leave the set because these two are only left in medium. Natural is the most popular, and remember, the price and the easy pay leaves us at the end of the day. Only 1,300 left. These are going fast. So, okay, take it away.
Yeah, sure, indeed. And as I was saying, like, each of the stitches is steeped in symbolism. So, of course, we have the diamond, and the diamond wishes the wearer success and wealth. And within the diamond, then, we have a little bit of cable detail, which I think is a nice little feature. And the cable would be one of the most famous of the Aran stitches. I mean, there are 70 stitches in all, 70 different varieties of Aran stitches. But we have maybe 10 in all in this garment. And the cable is reminiscent of the fisherman's rope, so wishing the wearer safety and good luck. And then we have another cable detail running along here. And then we have the honeycomb stitch. And the honeycomb stitch represents a just reward for hard work, just like the honeycomb and the bee. And then we have what we call the ladder stitch. So it's quite evident why that is the case. You have your rungs of the ladder there. And then over here on the extreme edge, you have what we call the rice stitch.
And what's nice about the rice stitch at this part of the body is there's no bulk whatsoever. So it lies really beautifully and flat next to the skin. But the neat thing about this is you can see how this panel right here gets wider at the bottom, because that's what happens with a feminine figure. So even though this is an extra small, I can get it buttoned with no pulling whatsoever and plenty of room. So this is something that's made for a woman's figure. In the early days, when Kilronan and Aran Craft Knitwear was here, everything was really kind of unisex sizing. So, you know, you could buy it for you and your husband, but it would kind of be big and oversized on you. This is flattering. This becomes almost like your jacket that you would wear to the office. Now, unfortunately, with the price leaving us at the end of the day and the easy pay leaving us at the end of the day, the mist marl has just left us as well. So let's take a look at Kate and Kathleen. Thank you, darling. I'm just going to throw that offset. We just lost a color, and I think that this was a great upgrade to one of your to the best-selling style of all time, right?
And as you say, I mean, also the original garment, of course, had a three-quarter length sleeve, but some people liked the more traditional full-length sleeve. And of course, as you were saying as well, the Empire waist really gives us that opportunity to give the garment, to give the wearer a little bit of shape. You know, the Empire waist comes in a little bit under the bust, and then, as you say, with the bigger diamond going down the length of the garment, it comes out into something of an A shape. So it really does give you that figure.
Like,
you know,
I mean, almost like a modified, not even fit and flare, but a modified little peplum style that we love. But notice that where the Empire hits, I'm going to join our ladies. Kate and Kathleen, you guys are taller than me. Kate, you are 5'10", and Kathleen, you're 5'8". And I'm 5'1". So I'm shorter. So obviously what is considered an Empire is going to hit me a little bit more at my natural waist, but that's fine. So if you're petite, this is not an overpowering sweater at all. And you know, Kieran, I can't say enough about the price, because merino wool is expensive, and making a sweater in Ireland, let's face it, there's something special about it.
You're getting the best.
But you're getting the best of the best. And most Aran sweaters are $120, $140 here at QVC.
Even up to $200.
It is very, very, very rare to see it under $100.
I mean, 16 people had to work on this garment.
16 people.
So, minimum of 16 pairs of hands
on this one garment.
A minimum of 100,000 stitches, so a huge amount of work was
it really is, and a beautiful amount of merino wool. So this actually is down to about 1,100, and then we're going to call it a day. Mist marl has sold out. The teal is almost gone. Lots of the colors are getting very limited, and this price and the easy pay story is leaving us at the end of the day.